Let's talk about how you can succeed at NaNoWriMo. I've got a whole series of videos coming for you every single day these next 2 weeks leading up to my book release. But today's video, I was thinking, what is the #1 ultimate tip that I can give you guys for succeeding at NaNoWriMo? And that is have a plan. Literally, have a plan for everything. I am talking your word count for the whole thing, your daily word count, which days you'll write, what time of day you'll write, where you're gonna write, you know, everything. Like, how are you gonna get in the zone? How are you gonna avoid distractions? Which days are you gonna have things you have to do, and which days are you gonna make up for it? So I can't emphasize this enough. There's that one quote that I'm sure you guys all know. I won't say it or anything. I'll just maybe flash it on the screen so that you can read it if you so choose. But yes, you really need to have a plan. I found that every time that I make a plan for my writing, and I mean everything, that is how I succeed. For those of you pantsers out there, planning is not the same as plotting. Like, you don't have to figure out your whole story, but you really should have a plan of attack, a strategy for how you're going to succeed at NaNoWriMo. This is true for any time you want to succeed at writing, by the way, not just during NaNoWriMo, but any time of year. If you have a plan, you're going to be that much more successful in actually accomplishing your goals, if you know what those goals are. Okay, I hope you agree with me here, but even if you don't, I hope you'll hear me out, because I'm going to walk you through the 10 different areas where I try to make a really solid plan for my writing. #1 is my word count for the month. And again, this is applying to NaNoWriMo right now, but if you want to apply this to other months, I will typically, at least for me, have a different word count goal for each month depending on how busy that month is. So if you know anything about NaNoWriMo, you probably already know that typically they have 50,000 words as your goal for the month of NaNoWriMo, but you can set whatever goal you feel like you can achieve and want to do. Choose your overall word count goal and know what you're shooting for. #2 is I will plan my daily word count. So obviously, if you're shooting for 50,000 words, you're not going to write that all on the last day, right? You're going to break it down. So NaNoWriMo, the website, does this for you. It's if you're shooting for 50K, it's 1,667 words a day. But that's if you write every single day. And most of us don't do that. And so that leads to #3, which is plan which days you're going to write, because hello, NaNoWriMo falls into November, which is like one of the busiest months besides December. You know, it's got the holidays. Some people are able to write even more over Thanksgiving break, but other people, like someone over here, have a lot of trouble writing over holidays because motivation just goes out the window. So I will actually take out my calendar and figure out which days I will actually write. So for me, if I'm taking out all the Sundays and a couple days for the holiday, like Thanksgiving and probably Black Friday, maybe even the Saturday after that, suddenly I don't have 30 days to write in the 50K anymore. So you do the math and you figure out how many words do you need to write per day on the actual days that you're writing. I hope that makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, definitely leave a comment below and ask for clarification, or leave a comment to say, you know, I get it, or something like that, just so I know that I'm being clear. But that leads to #4, which is to plan how many times a day you're going to write. Are you going to do short little sprints and write 3 times a day, so that instead of having to do 1,500 words in one session, you can do 500 in the morning, 500 in the afternoon, and 500 at night? Or are you going to set aside a huge block of time in the day to knock it all out all at once? Like, plan what works for you, not what works for other people, what works for you. And that kind of leads into #5, which is plan what time of day that you want to write. So for example, someone over here, again, I'm just using a random example from my personal experience, cannot write in the morning no matter how much I've tried. So I know that at least on the months where I'm going to push like this, I'm going to set aside writing time at night. And the opposite might be true for you. Maybe you can only really write your best in the mornings, and you know that you really need to set aside time in the mornings. So you actually need to plan out on your calendar, what time of day am I going to write? #6 is plan how you will avoid distractions. For example, again, someone really likes Netflix, like a lot. So if I know that I get really, really, really distracted, I could even go so far as to delete the Netflix account for a month. I know it's radical, I know, but you could honestly remove those distractions. Like, I don't know, you might want to learn some self-control. I'm talking to myself really. I might need to learn some self-control, and I'm working on it because I want to write consistently all throughout the year. But specifically in NaNoWriMo, when you're really going to push, if you know that this thing is going to pull you away from writing, maybe consider removing it. We're all different, so only you know what distracts you when you write. So I would recommend sitting down and just thinking to yourself, okay, what is it that's really gonna pull me away from my writing? Like, maybe you get really hungry when you're writing and that takes you out of the zone. So maybe you need to set up a snack before you even sit down to write. So plan ahead for what distracts you, or maybe who distracts you, and figure out ways that you can kind of remove those distractions. And then number 7 is plan how you can get in the zone. So not only are you planning to remove distractions, but you're planning on ways that can get you in the mood to write. So whether it's figuring out a playlist that you really like, or getting a really comfy place in the house, or having drinks that you always have, or just something that really gets you in the mood for your story. Or it could be just smaller things, like for me, lighting a candle or being in a certain room in the house. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, because that leads to number 8, I think it is 8, which is plan where you will write, because it can really help to be in a certain location for some people, and for other people it can really help to continually mix it up. So you plan where you're going to write, especially if it relates to maybe who distracts you and you need to get away from those distractions. Maybe you need to plan to go to a coffee shop, or maybe you need to plan to hole yourself up in your office at this specific time every day for this specific amount of time. You get the idea. They're all connected. And these last 2 are my favorite. Number 9 is to plan your rewards for reaching, the overall goal, but also for reaching maybe daily goals or weekly goals, depending on what works for you. I know that for me, I first heard about this actually from NaNoWriMo, but I don't know if that's where it originated. Either way, it's a really cool idea. And again, I would say all of these things apply to all year round, not just during NaNoWriMo, but specifically for NaNoWriMo. I like to set up maybe little daily goals. Like, once I finish this writing session, I get to watch this AuthorTube video. And then I like to plan weekly goals. So maybe something more like we get to go out to eat, or I don't know, I get to binge watch this Netflix show if I reach this weekly goal. And then at the very end of the month, I try to make it the biggest, most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to at the time, whatever that might be. And so you can kind of layer them in small to big and reward yourself. Give yourself something to look forward to. It is amazing how much this works. You're basically bribing yourself to get work done. And last but not least, I don't think you guys really need me to tell you this, but I am going to mention it just in case. Number 10 is to plan your story. What is your story going to be about? What genre is it going to be? Are you going to write in first person or third person? Are you going to have one point of view character, or are you going to have a bunch of point of view characters? Are you going to write it in past tense or present tense? Are you going to outline it beforehand? All these things you can plan in advance, and just knowing it will really, really, really help you. Another thing that I would mention for planning your story that I like to do is, before I sit down in each session, I will actually plan out what am I going to write in that specific writing session. So for example, if I'm writing this one chapter, I will take a piece of paper and I will kind of bullet point everything that I want to happen in that chapter before I go to my laptop and start typing. And that, even that planning, so small, really helps me get my mind in the right place to kind of be thinking about my story. Anyway, this is all up to you. You can, work it for your own methods and make it work for you. But I just wanted to encourage you guys today, on the first day of NaNoWriMo, to have a plan. you guys have been watching my videos or following me on social media, then you know that I have a giveaway going on every single week leading up to the release of Pearl's number. And today is the end of another giveaway. I am giving away your choice of a signed paperback copy of Evelyn's number, a signed paperback copy of Pearl's number, or a candle based on one of the books, or a $10 Amazon gift card. And so each week it's your choice of which one of those things that you want for the winner. And the way to enter is to pre-order Pearl's number and send me your proof of purchase to my email, bethanyatazadeh@yahoo.com. All the info to enter is below. But today is the end of one of those giveaways, and so the winner is... Yay! Congratulations! I will be connecting with you very soon. And in the meantime, we have yet another giveaway starting right now. Oh my gosh, how exciting! This is just like the last giveaway. It's your choice of a paperback signed copy of Evelyn's number or Pearl's number, a candle based on the books, or a $10 Amazon gift card. So make sure to pre-order Pearl's number and email me your proof of purchase. Again, all the information is below. And I'm so excited that you guys are loving this giveaway. I'm so excited to mail this book out. And again, just a reminder that I will have videos every single day for the next 2 weeks. So I will be seeing you again tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe below. Ring that bell next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified the second the video comes out. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it today, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye!